gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the greatest show on earth, the Dvine Kids Circus. Be prepared to be amazed and captivated by the most magnificent, most dangerous adventures this series will have to offer. Sit back and enjoy the show.
His signs are great, his wonders are mighty, his kingdom will last forever. His rule will never end. Daniel 4:3.
Is that a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Samson, the world's strongest man.
$997, $998, $999, $1,000. Hey, Dvine kids, caught me doing a little workout here, pumping some iron, getting ready for my competition that I have next week. I'm gonna go for gold. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be something to see though. Speaking of something to see, one of the more popular attractions at the circus used to be the world's strongest man. We're talking about a guy who was just crazy strong, juggling cannonballs, breaking metal bars like they were toothpicks, snapping chains off his body, freeing himself like if they were made of paper. This guy was pretty amazing. Tell you what though, these strongmen nowadays, they're no joke either. We're talking about ex-bodybuilders, football players who pull big semi-trailers with a rope. They carry huge boulders from one place to another. Heck, they even flip logs like they were sticks. Man, that's gonna be a tough act right there once I get there. But one person who I know would destroy everyone in any strongman competition was a guy by the name of Samson. Now, Samson was a judge in the Old Testament. Back before the time of the kings that ruled Israel, God had chosen judges who were to protect Israel from their enemies. And one special person that God selected was Samson. God told Samson's mom that Samson was going to be blessed with superhuman strength. And God, being a keeper of his promises, did just that. Samson did feats that no strong man today could ever come close to doing. Samson was amazing. But Samson, as his power grew, so did his pride. And that ultimately led to his downfall. You see, there was a secret to Samson's strength. And when he let out that secret, he became an ordinary man. And that is how the Israelites defeated Samson. They broke him completely, they plucked his eyes out, and they left him weak and blind. But one amazing thing, bigger than any feats of strength that Samson ever accomplished, is what kept Samson, or is what actually allowed Samson to fulfill his role and what God put him on earth to do. He asked for forgiveness. He knew that he messed up. He knew that he let out the one secret that he wasn't supposed to let out. And that one thing that he was never supposed to do, which was getting his hair cut, that happened as a result of letting out that secret. But once he realized that he made a mistake, he asked God for forgiveness. And God, being the amazing Father, the forgiving Father that we do have, he gave Samson that second chance. And Samson was ultimately able to defeat the Philistines. Now, when we look at second chances, they're everywhere in the Bible. David, Saul, Solomon, these are amazing kings. We look at Peter. Peter denied Jesus 3 times, yet he was still forgiven and was made a cornerstone of God's church. You see, when we mess up, when we sin, we need to come to that realization. We need to see that we did something wrong. We need to admit that we did something wrong, and we need to ask for forgiveness for doing that wrong thing. And when we do that, we are forgiven, because our Father, who is God, is a forgiving Father. You see, all he wants is for us to realize, to show that we're sorry for it, and he's going to make things right. That's why he said Jesus, because none of us are perfect. And for our sins to be forgiven, we needed a perfect sacrifice. And that was Jesus. You see, there's nothing that we can do other than ask for forgiveness to be able to be justified with God. And in order for us to do that, we just got to do it. We have to just realize it. Hey, you know what? I messed up. It could be something big. It could be something small. The thing is, God doesn't look at it as big and small. God sees sin as sin. No matter what size you might think it is, it's all the same for God. So we need to make sure that whenever we do something wrong, that we realize that we did it and that we ask for forgiveness. And that's all that God asks us to do. Because like I said, he knows we're not perfect. He made us not perfect. But we're perfect in the fact that we have Jesus in our lives. And that is what can help us reach forgiveness. All right, Divine kids, I got to hit the weights again. It was good seeing you. Wish me luck. We'll see you soon, guys. Now, Nora, let me put on your elbow pad, because remember yesterday you had an owie when you fell, okay? You forgot to put them on yesterday, and you fell down, and you scraped your elbow. So let's make sure you're nice and safe, okay? Okay, there you go. Have fun. Great. Go! Hi, Divine kids. So, whenever we wear our helmets and whenever we wear our elbow pads and knee pads when we're out on a bike, It's very important because it keeps us safe. Now, there are times where we keep going and we keep going and we think that we're professionals and we just decide, hey, I already know what I'm doing. I don't need to wear the helmet or everything. That's called pride. We take pride in what we do, and then that sometimes we get in trouble because of it. We're not as safe as we should be, and we have an accident, like Nora had yesterday. Now, that's what happened to Samson. You know, Samson, he got full of pride, and that ultimately led in his eyes being poked out and his strength just leaving his body. But when God gave him that second chance, that was what helped Samson defeat the Philistines. And that's all that we have to do, is just whenever we have an accident or whenever something does go wrong, that we ask God for that second chance. It was good to see you, Divine Kids. Have a good one. Bye.
Signs are great. His wonders are mighty. His kingdom will last forever. His rule will never end. Daniel 4:3.